Done. Now we leave that, and we'll move on now. I think that's the back tree, that's distance. Now we're going to work forward, but that one is further back than that one, and so is that one and that one. And there's another weeping willow creeping in here behind this big one. So these two areas here will be the last thing I do on this area. I want to now develop these. Now, in the past, what I've done is I've used ochre. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to be an ochre-y, greeny tree. Now, this is 185. It's quite a strong, bright colour, but I think it will look really attractive when we finish. Now, I'm going to shape the tree first of all. Again, I think it's a weeping willow again. So I want it to have a drape coming down like that, and then like that. It's quite important to design this, especially with the light colour, because you can change your mind if you have to. Anyway, I'll finish that off in a moment, but what I want to show you is I'm going to leave light areas. Now, for instance, there's one I'm going to leave there, and there's another one there. Now what I'll do is do it a bit light, and then again another area there that would be light. So all around it will be foliage, but those two areas will be light. So let me finish that off. When I get down to here, now let me just show you this will work, because this will now go over the top of this colour. Now, light over dark, folks, look. But basically down here, we're going to put a stronger green, so it doesn't have to register. And let's bring that out just a little further there. And I can come down and interfere with that tree. It's rather nice. Okay, so let me finish it off, and then we'll bring the next colour into play. Now what I'm doing now, folks, is I'm just designing the branches. Now I don't want to make these too strong, because we'll be putting colour over the top of them. So you kind of just sort of put a skeleton outline of it, the idea of where you'd like the branches to go. And one coming through there would be nice. See, I don't think we need any more. Okay, but these will be drawn on your reference picture anyway, so you'll be able to just pick out those. I've also used two colours here. One is the same green here, which is a 172, on top of the ochre. Now the ochre will automatically lighten this up, which is great. That's why I put it on first. And what you want to do is you work the two colours together. In fact, the three colours together. Let me show you what I mean by that. I've already done it here. See that little gap I've left there? Well, we don't want too many gaps left, but because we can, and you can see through there that we've got the white, but that wasn't using the white with pressure. You were just using your finger. It worked out there. And then the other colour we can use here is the yellow. Let's see if it's yellow. Here we are. This is 102. Now, those four combinations, this is the base colour, and those four colours really do make a really nice tone on that tree. Got it? And you need to go through that bit by bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. The most important thing is it stands away against that background. Now, let's do the first area where I wanted the gap to be seen. Right there. And also where we have some of the branches. Again, you can go over them because they're very light. It looks good. Well, you see how that's working out. Let's put a little bit of ochre on it. This is the 182. Put a little bit of weight, and then using the 102, This is cream, just to make it a little bit lighter. And we'll be using one more colour, which is the one, not that one, 174 is the one I'm looking for. And that will go in, giving us some depth, like that. But that is for just a little bit. In fact, you could do it at the same time and start developing some strength. Don't want too much depth in here, because this will be the darkest colour that I'm going to be using. You see how it's working already? Good, isn't it? Now, let me work through this. What I'll do is, my usual thing, I'll work through and show you how this is all developing a little bit without narration. Right, well that's at the moment as far as I want to take that. Now what I'm using now is the 175, and this follows a similar sort of idea that we had, but we're going to have to interweave it into the trees now. That's where the division is going to be, coming up through here. Now you've got to manufacture this simply because you don't want to make it just a solid lump. You've got to be mindful of the foliage that you've created. For instance, we can, one through there would be nice. We can adjust it a little bit so it comes down from there. Then you've got another one that can come off of there. Okay. And let's go up a bit further. This could end up somewhere up there and up through there. And rather than come off there, you come off, imagine you've come off a little bit lower down there. See how it's working out? Sometimes you can put traces of them, but you've got to be careful there. Okay. That looks good there. Now that looks good there, so that's good. We can always come back in to the foliage again. But that's just a little bit more, because this is quite hard, so if I show you as much as I can of this. There you go. No, that's probably all. That could be altered in a minute. I'll alter that. Now here's the other one coming up here. That will come up, and that will just appear in different guises as we come through the tree there. Right, comes from there, and we've got some foliage here which I'm going to develop in a minute, like that. Now the other thing you can use this for is just a little bit of extra weight on the light's coming from this side, so anything over here could have just a little bit of weight on it, and 175 is perfect for that. Just follow the same idea that I did when you saw me put the foliage on. It's drape, because it's a weeping willow, it's going to drape down here. So you can use the dark to really recreate that really nicely. Okay, and inside here too, because we've got the bit of shadow in the tree there, and just hold the pencil and just drag it down. It will respond over the area. Just a little bit there. I don't know whether I want any more. I was going to show you that bit now. What you do with that is you use a colour. No, you don't use a colour shaper at all. If I can find it, I'm looking for my double-ended eraser. Let's do just there. I'm going to take it out. Take it out lightly, because it wasn't drawn in, and then you can use your 102 over the top, and there you go. You lost it again. That's great. A little tidy up. I don't think I need to do too much more. I think this is looking really good. Might be a good idea to put a little bit more ochre in, and you can retrace your steps. You can put ochre in, and put the even the original colour would be nice to put back, that back, because we've covered most of that up. Now, isn't that a pretty tree?